What's up, everyone? Mr. NoobTube Gamer, giving you guys another Call of Duty Black Ops 1 gameplay commentary. Today we're playing Team Deathmatch on Discovery, one of the greatest maps in the entire game. It was a DLC map, in case you guys don't recognize it. And today, we're going to be talking about Vanguard, the newest game in the Call of Duty series that's going to be coming out in less than 2 months on November 5th. And so far, it's shaping up to be one of the worst games in all of Call of Duty history. And I know what people are already thinking, especially the people that are not subscribed to my channel and are brand new here. A lot of you are probably thinking, oh, he's just another Call of Duty hater. He's just another guy that likes to be negative and hate on the game for no good reason. Just for attention, I guess. Well, I'll tell you right now, if you think I'm one of those people, you're wrong. Because I'm the same person that, when the alpha came out, I said, wow, this Champion Hill mode is actually really good. It's a lot of fun. That's what I said in my review of the Vanguard alpha a couple weeks ago. So I'm definitely not someone that hates on the game just to be a hater. I know the title literally says COD Vanguard already sucks, even though the game hasn't been out yet. So how do I know if it sucks if it hasn't even been released yet? Well, it's simply because all the leaks and all the information we've gotten about the game since the alpha, it's really not looking good. And I'm not even talking about skill-based matchmaking because, well, if skill-based matchmaking is in the game, then it's automatically one of the 3 worst CODs of all time, along with Cold War and Modern Warfare 2019. Skill-based matchmaking is easily the worst thing to ever happen to Call of Duty. That is, unless you're someone that sucks ass at video games, then skill-based matchmaking is a blessing. But if you're someone that's actually half decent at Call of Duty, then you want nothing to do with SBMM at all. I don't know if it's in COD Vanguard because it doesn't seem like it was in the alpha, but the alpha was the alpha. So there's a chance that it's in the game, but there's also a chance that it's not in the game because I have seen a lot of things come out that have said that Vanguard has actually addressed skill-based matchmaking, but we don't know yet. So I'm going to keep that open. I'm not going to say that Vanguard already sucks because of SBMM, because we simply don't know yet if it's actually going to be part of the game. It's a safe assumption since it happened in the last 2 games, but still, we just don't know yet. But what we do know about COD Vanguard, which has been confirmed, I think yesterday is when this news came out, apparently there will be no factions in multiplayer, which means that despite Activision marketing Vanguard as the best World War game, the game is not even going to be World War II. Well, never mind World War II, it's not even going to be a World War. Because when they say there's going to be no factions in the multiplayer, that literally means there's not going to be any Russians, there's not going to be any Germans, we're not getting the Japanese, and we're also not going to get the American and British as separate factions. What's going to happen is that they're just going to take the same approach as Black Ops 3, where you're going to have the same characters on both teams, and there's going to be no way to actually distinguish which team is which. You're just going to have the same operators or whatever fucking microtransaction bullshit they're going to sell. It's just going to be the same characters on 2 different teams. I mean, even fucking Black Ops Cold War had factions. And Modern Warfare. But Vanguard will not. In a setting where factions are a very important thing. And that's no understatement. World War II is literally a conflict between factions, between the Axis and the Allies. So to just take that all away in the multiplayer, I'm sorry, this might seem a little bit dramatic to some people, but I'm gonna say it. It already feels like a garbage game. And I already know what people are gonna say in the comments. It doesn't matter if there are no factions, as long as the gameplay is fun. No. That's bullshit. Presentation matters, especially in the context of a game with a historical setting. Take a look at Call of Duty World at War, for example, where presentation was a very important aspect of the entire game. Not just the gameplay, not just the map design, all that was great, but the actual presentation, overall atmosphere, is really what captivated a lot of people towards that game. And many still consider it to be one of the greatest Call of Duty games of all time. And yes, presentation was a big part of that. Not just in the single-player campaign, but also in the multiplayer. Because I know people can be like, well, it is going to be a real World War II game in the single-player. Nobody gives a fuck about single-player anymore. Let's be completely honest with ourselves. People do not buy Call of Duty for single player, but look at World at War. That game had an excellent presentation in both the single player and multiplayer, and also zombies, of course. But not only did you have a really immersive single player campaign that made you feel like you were in World War II, like you were battling in that war, but also the multiplayer. I felt the same exact level of immersion when I was playing the multiplayer too. And that wasn't just with the weapon design and the map design and all of that, it was also the fact that you had factions in the multiplayer that were actually in the war. Like the Americans, the Russians, the Japanese, the Germans. It seems like such a little thing on the surface, but if you've actually played that game before online, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Like, before you start your match, when you hear the fucking German guy screaming, "Team Deathmatch!" match. That shit gets you fucking pumped. And you also had the Japanese dude screaming, bring glory to the empire. Like, bro, that shit, it set the tone for what the rest of the game would be like. It gives some personality to the game. And without that personality, the game that you're playing just feels nothing more than a lifeless, meaningless piece of shit. And to me, there's really no good reason to justify that. I guess from a monetization perspective, it makes sense because if everyone gets to have the same operators, then they can make more money off the battle passes, they can make more money off the bundles, as opposed to having all the operators being separate based on the faction that you're playing in a multiplayer match. I understand it from a business perspective, but from an artistic perspective, and to actually feel immersed into the game, it's just awful. Then I've also heard some stuff online about, well, some people might be uncomfortable playing as a Nazi. Well, then those people have no business playing a World War II game because they were a big part of World War II. And just because you're playing as one doesn't mean that you are one. It's like saying that because you play GTA and kill a bunch of innocent people, you might as well just be a mass murderer yourself. It's fucking stupid. And I think the less we try to pander to these pathetic, sensitive-ass people, the better off we are. Video games are not reality. Let's just leave it there. But I'm honestly having a very hard time understanding what the fucking point of a World War II game is without the actual World War in it. And it also puts other thoughts in my head, like if this is what's happening in Vanguard, I don't even want to know what else they're doing with the game. I highly doubt that the no factions in multiplayer is going to be the worst thing about this game. I'm already starting to hate Vanguard, and I'm pretty sure this is even the tip of the iceberg. There's definitely going to be more bad news. So I guess it's just going to be another year of Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 4, Black Ops 2, Modern Warfare 2. It's just going to be all those same games I've been playing the past year instead of Cold War. Looks like I'll be sticking with the old shit for another year at least. Because I, as a consumer, don't understand what this game is supposed to be. And why I should even care about it other than the fact that it has the name Call of Duty on it. And I know for a lot of people it might just seem like me just bitching and moaning for no good reason, but this shit matters to me. It really does. If I'm paying $60, $70 for a World War II game, I expect to at least get some fucking World War II. Is that really that unreasonable? I guess to Activision it is. Let me know what you guys think. Do you think I'm just being a whiny bitch, or do I actually have some good points here? Let me know in the comments down below. As always, thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.